You know, isn't it interesting? We live in a world in which there's more communication, more access to information than ever before in the history of time. And yet, do we have more problems or less problems? If you look at your day, how we occupy most of our day is by doing what? Communicating. If communication is what takes up our day, let's look at what bogs our day down. And what I'm going to suggest is the number one thing that messes up our day that we can do something about is lack of honest communication.
You say the lack of honesty or withholding information can cost businesses billions of dollars.
Absolutely. What most people do is they think about honesty as like truth or lies. But there's a whole other area, which is the withholding.
In fact, the big problem is not what people say to us, it's what they don't say. The objective of what I'm going to try to do is try to get that unsaid said, because if we do that, we're able to lead through change better. The most important strategy when communicating leading through change. The distinction is between what we notice and what we imagine. I notice that he looks at his watch. I imagine he finds me boring. But now my imagination is shaping what I notice. Information that's not consistent with my opinion, I discard it. We look at a few pieces of evidence, we snap to a decision, and then we circle back and we see what we want to see. This is the major source of stress and problems and conflicts in our lives. But this is also the key to unlocking it and moving it forward. How often have you seen a project or initiative gone south, had major problems, and when you dissected it was all based on imagination rather than what the facts really were, and even when the person said, I have a whole bunch of facts, they saw what they wanted to see. So what's another reason why Mark might look at his watch? One reason could be he finds me boring, but there's other options. What are they? He has another meeting. He likes his watch. How about this one, folks? How about he just wants to know what time it is? How many of you are suffering in your business or your personal life because somebody didn't check in with you and said they made a judgment about you and made a decision, and you thought if they had just told me, I could have corrected the situation? Do you know what you're admitting to even at 50%? 50% of your thoughts, opinions, and evaluations about somebody else is flat out wrong. And 50% of other people's thoughts and evaluations about us is wrong. But the worst part about it is everybody tends to walk around and think they're what? Right. If most people were very honest, they would say, hi, my name is Stephen Gaffney. I'm right and you're wrong. The more we realize that we may be wrong, the better our life will be. And you walk out of here and think, wait a minute, what he basically said is 50, 70% of what we know is probably wrong. That makes us scared, but good scared, because now we start listening. Change is the key to surviving and thriving. If we are not progressing in our life, we are regressing. Oh yeah, we've tried that before. We know better. We know how to deliver. Guess what? It's time to reinvent.